From the Little Theater in New York City on 44th Street, just west of Broadway, it's time again for music, fun, and excitement with your favorite recording artist. And your Saturday night host, Dick Clark.
Who likes Beechnut? Here it comes. We like Beechnut. Here it comes. Beechnut coffee being frosted. The flavorific.
The Dick Clark Beechnut Show with the Crew Cuts, Brenda Lee, Ernie Field's Orchestra, Annette, and Paul Anka. Now here's the star of our show, Dick Clark!
Well, howdy do. Howdy, howdy. Nice to have you aboard. We got a wild group here tonight. You're all really living. I think you're glad to be in. Is it still snowing outside? Yeah. Oh, boy. Spring has arrived in New York City. You know, we got talking earlier. All the people are everybody we've got on the show tonight has made albums, and some of the songs are in the albums and some are not. Got the Crew Cuts with their latest. Ernie Fields has a great instrumental record. And we've got Annette and Paul Anka. And we're going to talk about this one in a little while. And this is the young lady, one of the most talented teenagers in the country, that will open the show tonight with a thing called Sweet Nothings. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Brenda Lee.
Uh-huh, honey. All right. My baby whispers in my ear. Sweet nothing. He knows the things I like to hear. Sweet nothing. Things he wouldn't tell nobody else. Secret, baby, I keep them to myself. Sweet nothing. Sweet nothing. We walk along hand in hand. Sweet nothing. Yeah, we both understand. Sweet nothing. Sitting in class, so trying to read my book. My baby, give me that special look. Sweet nothing. Sweet nothing. Daughter, that's enough for tonight. Sweet nothing. Sweet nothing. Sweet nothing. Sweet nothing. Sweet nothing.
Thank you, Brenda, very much. You know, last week we were kidding about the old folks' home that we have up top where we park all the parents and so forth, and I would like to shake some of the older generation just a little bit. I was talking to a fellow the other day who told me his age, and I said, "In what year were you born?" Let me ask you a question. What year were you born?
1946.
1946. Now, you hear some of the mamas groaning up there. You know, to them this seems like yesterday. How old are you now?
13.
13 years have gone by. When you're a little bit older, when were you born?
1944.
1944. Now, there's nobody here born in 1939, is there? That's, you know, that's back in the dark ages as far as you're concerned, huh? I have a list here of things that happened in that year. You probably read about this in history books, but some of the folks remember these things. When the World's Fair opened in New York City, the King and Queen of England came and visited the Roosevelts, and they gave them hot dogs to eat. You remember a song called Three Little Fishes in the Itty Bitty Pooh? No? Yes? You remember. Oh. Well, they had some silly songs in those days. They had some fine music, too. One of the men that you never knew that was a great favorite of mine and a lot of older people, was a fellow named Glenn Miller. He sold a lot of records, and it was a very unusual thing when they brought back one of his biggest numbers, a thing called In the Mood, this past year. Strangely enough, with an entirely different arrangement, and a very, very talented man this time, but in a completely different kind of music. It was almost as big a hit all over again. By this man here on the stage now, ladies and gentlemen, Ernie Fields in the orchestra. Thank you, Ernie, very much. Did you catch the man with the eyeballs? Isn't that the wildest? Well, you see him again in a second. Let me ask you, my good woman, how old are you?
12 and a half.
When were you born?
1947.
1947. What was the great historical event of that year? Do you remember? You obviously you don't remember. You were born that year. Do you remember a motion picture called The Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
Well, of course, they had that on television recently. But I was surprised at the number of kids who, well, they would have no reason to know this particular music the first time around. This was another Glenn Miller hit redone, and this is the new one by Ernie Fields, the Chattanooga Choo Choo. Let's bring him back again. Ernie Fields in the orchestra. Say, do you ever remember me talking about a place called Kanajahari or Kanajahari, as the case may be? This is a place, for those of you who may not have heard about it, and it holds a particular significance to those of us who are associated with the Beechnut people. Kanajahari is the place, the home of Beechnut. And if you've ever wondered where such a name ever came from, I did a little research and discovered that right near Kanajahari, there's a little stream that runs through the town. And years ago, when the Mohawk Indians inhabited this particular neck of the woods, they named this particular swirling pool here the kettle that cleans itself. And in their language, that is Kanajahari. Now, this is what things look like these days. This is a picture of the headquarters of the Beechnut people. And this is the place where for over 60 years, the Beechnut people have been making the greatest products in the world. For over half a century, as a matter of fact. And it's probably one of the very good reasons why, when it came time to put together the world's only flavorific chewing gum, the Beechnut people were the folks who did it. Now, flavorific, I think you know, means all of the little extra things that go in to make this chewing gum a little different, a little better than what you normally run into. And I tell you what I wish you would do next time. Try one stick of ever-loving Beechnut spearmint, and I think you will soon discover that it's obvious that the people who put this product together knew what they were doing. It's this experience and the know-how that they've gathered for over half a century that has made this the fastest-selling chewing gum in the whole wide world. And there's something else that's significant. Beechnut spearmint is good. It's the best-tasting, most refreshing chewing gum in the whole wide world. So the next time you're looking for real refreshment, you do yourself a flavor favor and reach for the one that's wrapped in dark green and made for a teen. Flavorific Beechnut spearmint chewing gum. You know something? It's the best there is. I think you'll like it. It's a new song, but an old song, if you know what I mean. I think you'll recognize the melody. It's called No, No, Nevermore. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Crew Cuts.
Should this love end? Your love for me is ended now. This I know, but for me it still goes on. Why did you go? So till you return, your love within me burns. I'll go on just as before, loving you I'll go on just as before, loving you
Thank you, men, very much. They've just returned from Germany, where they were entertaining some of the troops overseas, and they've sold them Millions and millions of records. Let me ask you, what do you look for when you look at a girl? What type of women do you like?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of things you look for, I guess. You look for personality and...
What do you like, blondes or brunettes? Or redheads?
Well, it depends on where they come from.
You talking about the blondes? I don't quite follow you. Let me let that rest in peace for a second. But here is a young lady that I think pleases most everybody, young, old, and in between. She is a delightful person, a fine person inside. She's pretty on the outside and pretty talented to boot. Ladies and gentlemen, with O Dio Mio, here is Annette. I still haven't developed a way to do this with a microphone in my hand.
Thank you.
You know, earlier we showed an album that bears your picture and Paul's, and it says, Annette Sings Anka. How did it come to be?
Well, Paul and I were on a long 2-month tour together, and he wrote 12 songs for me, and when we got back, he sold them to the studio. They loved every one of them.
We do a couple of them? Come on back here. I got. Can we take the curtain up, Mr. Director, there by Jerry? Oh, we have a... There we go. Mr. Liberace, nice to see you there.
Fine.
Hey, are you serious about you want me to take part in this? Because, you know, I'd be very happy to...
We decided that we weren't going to sing unless you sang with us.
You obviously haven't heard me sing there,
Well,
right? You show me how.
Very simple.
Oh, the train of love keeps moving on down the track. Well, I left so fast that I even forgot to pack. Well, I called my baby on the telephone, told him to meet me at the station 'cause
poor man's Everly Brothers here. What are you?
We're going to do some cotton picking.
Picking and a singing?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Go, Clint.
As I walk by the seaside, as I walk through the grass, I see little bluebirds making love while I pass. Bees are humming and they're singing everywhere. Everyone's in love. Oh, I love you, baby. I love you so. I need you, honey. I'll never let you go. You're the boy in my heart. You're the one that I adore. And I love you. As I walk by the schoolyard, as I walk through the gate, I see the weeping willow where we get on every day. And carved in the bark you'll find an arrow and a heart. And underneath it says, oh, I love you, baby. I love you so. I need you, honey. I'll never let you go. 'Cause you're the boy in my heart. You're the one that I adore. And I love you. Your turn.
I love you so.
I love you.
I love
Good. Number 9 and 10, they're new. Let's check number 8 in the top 10 board. Let It Be Me by the Everly Brothers. Number 7, Running Bear. What in the World's Come Over You, Lonely Blue Boy. Number 5. Number 4, Theme from a Summer Place. Number 3 is Handyman. Number 2, Where When. Number 1 is Teen Angel. 1 through 8, and this is number 9.
Somewhere beyond
Huh, 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 huh. As Beyond the Sea by Bobby Darin, and this is number 10. Now, if I may, here's a man that turns out hits like, I don't know, he is a fantastic individual. Incidentally, he's embarking on a new career. He starts his nightclub tours very soon. He opens in Washington, then goes on to Las Vegas. It's a new thing for him. We wish him all the best. But in the meantime, he's got another hit record, a thing called Puppy Love. Here's Paul Anka.
and they called it puppy love. Oh, I guess they'll never know how a young heart really feels and why I love her so. And they called it puppy love just because we're 17. Tell them all it, please tell them it isn't fair to take away my only dream. I cry each night my tears for you. My tears are all in vain. I hope and I pray that maybe someday you'll be back in my arms once again. Someone help me, help me, please. Is the answer up above? How can I tell them this is not a puppy love? Someone help me, please. above. How can I ever tell them this is not a puppy love?
So I think we better run, just all of you here. Thank you ever so much for coming. Can we get everybody out to say good night? Catch you again next week for tonight. Dick Clark. Good night.
The Paul Anka Orchestra, directed by Bob Alberti. For the sake of your heart, support the Heart Fund. It's your #1 defense against heart disease, your #1 enemy. This has been a Drexel television production in association with the American Broadcasting Television Network.